1313 of the Daily Antidote of Song. And yeah, how does one? I know the number 13 has interesting connotations in many cultures, but two 13s, that's fabulous, right? So day 1313, I think we're in for a treat. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song, everyone, brought to you by the wonderful, wonderful people at Carpe Diem Arts and made possible by everyone who's tuning in on the live stream. Hello, live stream. And by everyone who is in the room today, in the Zoom room. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to spend your morning, afternoon, evening, or if you're like me and you're in Mumbai, India at the moment, it is 10:30 in the night, which is an interesting time to be singing, but it's the best time to be singing. So, thank you everyone for being here. Welcome to Susan. Welcome, Athena in Brooklyn. Welcome, Delhi in Maryland. Nancy in Wisconsin, is it? Kathy in Denver. Pauline in Newcastle, UK. Welcome, Trish in Victoria. Aloysius in Massachusetts. Susan in Cincinnati. Julie in Ontario. Sheila in Florida. Welcome, Kate in Charlottesville. And Doug and Sue in Seattle. And Carolyn in DC. And Carolyn in Boise, Idaho. And Kevin in DC. And Kevin's flute. And welcome, James in Victoria. And Storm in a Zoomiverse. And Hoda in BC, and Clive and Ruth in Birmingham, and Gary and Linda on Orcas Island, and Martha in Oregon, and Cliff in Vermont, Fred in Silver Spring, Charlie and Laris coming from the UK, Becky, welcome Purna, welcome LMG in Connecticut, welcome Liana in Vermont, welcome Cat Cox in Vermont, welcome Louise, and welcome Moon, welcome and thank you to Jaden in Silver Spring and Joe in Tacoma Park today for making this possible and for holding the reins on tech and behind the scenes in the greenest green room you would see for sound check and tech. Thank you everyone for being here. Today, I'm so delighted to welcome a song leader and a songwriter who I have actually never met in person, but somebody who personally, for me, through her song circle and I think it was the Couch Choir, held so much space for me during the pandemic. So in the pandemic, it was a few spaces of song and healing for me personally, and so it is with great pleasure, with the greatest pleasure, that I invite to this community, to the Daily Antidote of Song, a friend, a Zoomiverse friend, as Tom puts it, Becky Owen, who today is coming from Sheffield in the northeast of England. Welcome, Becky. We're so glad.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so gorgeous to be here, Shruti, and to see you again and to make new friends and to just be holding space for song and music and glimmers where we can get them, right? Glimmers where we can get them. Let's find the glimmers, people.
Yes, yes, please. We need them. So, what are we singing today, Becky? Which of the song streams are you leading us?
Yeah, so I'm gonna offer you a song that I wrote. Well, that's a misnomer. A song that arrived in October, and it's called "The Weight of the Sycamore." And you might have seen news around the world around this, but in the northeast in Northumberland, we had a really iconic, the most photographed tree in England. It was a beautiful sycamore tree, and it stood for nearly 300 years. Some people nodding in recognition, and it was felled in the night. It was vandalized a couple of weeks ago, just over a month ago, and I'd had the most beautiful morning when I found that out. I do ceramics, I'd been working with pottery, I'd been working with plants. I felt really connected to the plants. And then someone came into the pottery and said, the sycamore gap tree's been chopped down. And the whole place gasped, and the whole of the northeast gasped, right? And then the shockwaves reverberated, and And I went home, and for about the next 24 hours, it was almost like being in a psychedelic fugue. I can't quite explain or describe it, but I knew as a songwriter that the grief I felt and the collective grief that was going on, and also I guess, the symbolic destruction that had much further ranging
Yeah.
consequences and feelings than just one tree had to come out. So we're doing that song, and it's an apology song, and it doesn't have a Hollywood arc. It just doesn't.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, at one point it did, and I was like, no, because it's a coppicing job that's happened. Really, the tree should grow back, right? It'll take hundreds of years to get to where it was, but there is hope and there is going to be new life. But I didn't feel like that was appropriate for this song. It's not a doer song. It's not like a funeral song. Hopefully we'll still feel uplifted, but it is a place to put that feeling of sorry and that feeling of sorrow. And I don't know this community very well, but I know that the work you do together and the songs you sing together, I just felt led really to bring this song to you. And it wants singing, it wants sharing. It won't leave me alone. So thanks for helping me in that pursuit.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you for bringing it here.
So I'm going to teach you the chorus, and maybe we'll get to do a verse or two as well. Um, the chorus only has two lines, and the lines are: we call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And it was written from a kneeling position, and you might glean that from how low pitch it is. So sopranos, higher pitched voices, just come with me, just go with it for now. Let's get into the belly. um, Let me just sing it for you, or hear it. Right, so it goes like this, just the chorus. I'm going to teach you the tune, and then I'm going to teach you some harmonies. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Second time. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. So that's what we'll start with. Let me do it line by line, because you'll have already heard the endings are different for each one of those. So I'll sing a line, you sing it back. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree. Your turn. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree. One more time. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree. And then we go from there, we go down and kneel in apology. Try that. And kneel in apology. Yeah. And then we do the same again, but let's do that whole line first. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And then same again, except the ending is different. So we call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. It's kind of instinctive, right? Just try the final and kneel in apology. Great. Let's put those two lines together. We'll sing it round twice. Two, we call. Here we go. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Nice. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree. Second time. And kneel in apology. Great. Should we just go around that whole thing one more time? And we'll do it with the track. So you'll hear a little drum beat. Let's see if I've stuck to the tune. We call to the the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Great, second time. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And then we have a verse, but we'll get to that in a bit. How's everyone doing? Give us some body language. Yeah, good stuff. Nice one. All right. So I find it helps to ground with this one and get both feet on the ground. I noticed I was a bit cross-legged for the first bit of that, and I was like, why am I losing breath? Why do I feel a bit untethered? And then my feet went, plant me. So get those feet on the ground, or some part of you close to the ground. Sense of the ground, sense of being rooted will help with the whole thing. So just out of interest, who's kind of finding a lower pitch that they might not usually find for this? Is anyone down in their boots and they're not used to it? Everyone's doing great. All right, lovely. So if you wanted to, there is a lower harmony and there is a higher harmony. The lower harmony, I'll start with the low, because I find in my group work, I'm always making low voices wait longer. I don't know why. I've got such a personal vendetta against you. But today I'm gonna start with the low voices. So the low part goes like this. It starts on the same two notes as the tune. And it goes, we call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And same again. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. I'm going to do that twice more. If you want to try in a duet with me, do the tune or come with me on this low part. So the tune again. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Low. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And the bit to focus on is that same note at the end. Yeah, let's try it. I'll do the low one. Yeah, you'll get to hear the rest of the song any minute now, Hoda, no worries. Oh, 1, 2, 3. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Same again. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Yeah, who's thinking they're going to do that low one? Quite a few of us, great. And who's going to stick to the tune? And who's going to wait until they know what's on offer? Because they want to hear the high part first. And they want to try before they buy. Great. Who doesn't know what's going to come out yet? It's always a mystery. So there's merit for doing that with the track for a minute, just to hear it. And then you'll hear the high part as well. And then we will get to the rest of the song in just a second. So let's start on the tune. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Stay with that or low. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Lovely. All right. We are so close to doing the whole song. Because this repeats over and over again. So the high harmony. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Same both times. Do you want to try that one more time with me? If you want, even if you're not going to do it, let's all do it together, just so that the ear isn't curious. We all know what's going on. 1, two, a 1, 2, 3. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Same again. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Yeah, let's try that. Choose your part, any part. If you're going to make a mistake, do it nice and loudly with gusto. All right, so tune. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree. Yeah. Low. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree. High. We call to. Let's see what happens. Here we go. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Verse. Your roots go deep and down. Can light reach underground? Now you have been decrowned. Your arbor's searing loss speaks of a global cost. How did we get this lost? We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And again. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Beautiful. Verse 2. Who do we think we are? Did we forget we're made of stars? That nothing here is mine but ours. We grieve the breath you birth, but who are we to deem your worth? You are a universe. Chorus. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And as the dancing lights return, nature is unconcerned with the lessons we must learn. We grieve the breath you birthed, but who are we to deem your worth? You are a universe. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. One more time. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology.
Can I just invite everyone to breathe in that song, just a couple of breaths collectively? Thank you, Becky. Thank you for sharing your grief and your pain and everything in this powerful Song. I mean, I don't even know if powerful is the word, I think. I don't know what it is. I think you said heart song, right? That's the song. That's the word that you've been sitting with. What was it that you
Yeah, I think heart song and kind of if it hadn't come through me, it would have come through someone kind of feeling. Um,
Mm,
but it was from a grief place, and even singing it, like I can fit. Maybe you have the same thing, but it changes the atmosphere within the body and in the room. A song like that, which is, it's not a compositional trick. That it's imbued with something, and it's about trying to use song as a vehicle to directly communicate something that is otherwise very difficult to find words for. And my view is that we've done this thing called inventing music as humans because that's why, to be the vehicle, for joy and for pain and everything in between. So yeah, heart song, apology song, heavy and cathartic, but again, no Hollywood arc needed, right?
mhm,
You can sit
mhm,
in the difficulty of it and in the space. I mean, literally sitting in the space that's been left,
mhm,
and thinking about just the feeling of distress
mhm,
that was kind of channeled from. I mean, I've very very much felt the collective grief that came up when that tree was was cut down, and it was such a shock. It's such a big part of the Northumberland region. Anyone that knows the northeast has a memory there. Every lots of people have had everything happen there. We've had proposals, all the big rituals of life, and then also one of the most photographed places, so really iconic pictures of the northern lights. And it was, aurora hunters went there, and a massive kind of loss for the region in terms of tourism and bringing people in and all of that localized stuff. But then, of course, the global reality of what we're doing as a species, in terms of forest destruction across the world, and 15 billion trees a year. um, I'm just wrestling with that as well. And yeah, so yeah, a lot in it. There were more verses, but sometimes less is more, right?
have you recorded this? Uh,
Um,
it,
no, not yet. I have. Oh well, I kind of have. It's on my Facebook page. So I've got a couple of Facebook pages, and one is called Becca. I think that's how you spell it. Um, and it's lots of a cappella songs that I've done in, like, on the a cappella app. I'm not affiliated, not on commission, but on the a cappella app with multiple me's singing harmony. And I sang it on that website, I think, but it's not been recorded as an official thing yet. No. Um, I don't know. It felt I just want to share it as much as possible, and it feels like more a resource than not something I'd release. Um, so I'm really happy for you to share the Dropbox folder that I shared with you guys earlier with everyone here, and just an encouragement just to share it on. And it's one of those songs that I just let's give it away and spread it around. Um, Oh,
thank
someone's
you.
asking in the chat, Caroline's saying, I wonder if Northumbrian piper Catherine Tickell has written a tune about it. Yeah, maybe. Um, Possibly. I mean, I think there will be a lot of music and art and, a kind of honouring coming out of that loss. Oh, thanks, Jaden. Jaden's put the link up to the Facebook page. So yes, it is around, it is online, and it is in a Dropbox folder for people to take away and listen to and have and share on if they want to.
Thank you, Becky, and thank you also for not writing it with the typical arc that we usually write songs with, and just honoring what needs to be. And I think, I mean, I constantly find myself grappling with the idea of this not resolving it in the happy arc, whether it's a song or whether it's these. I think just learning to sit with that and breathe with that has been my own practice. I also just, on this note, I just wanted to share that one of the recently a friend and one of a very important Indian poet, Giv Patel, passed on last Friday, and he had written a beautiful poem called "On Killing a Tree," and I just wanted to, share it in the community so that gives spirit and the spirit of that poem, because I feel it is so aligned. And today I'm in Mumbai, and I'm sitting in this place called RA, which again has been wrestling with this idea of trees being felled for development projects over here. I mean, there's always some reason, right? So I'm personally very grateful to you for sharing this song today, because it almost feels like this is it's one tree, but it's not really one tree, as you've articulated. So I mean, I'm not sure that's a good thing, but as we sit in our collective discomfort and grief, I thank you for shining a light and helping us to transform that into something, at least within ourselves. Thank you, Becky. So, Daily Antidote of Song community just inviting us to share our love with Becky. And maybe, Becky, if you feel like doing the verse, just the chorus again, or if you feel like doing all the verses, we're very happy to sing along with you again. And we thank you for coming here and sharing your song and your spirit and just all of the beauty and all of the pain over here with us. Much love.
Well, thanks for holding the space with me on that. You know, it's very much a collective song, and it makes sense to sing it together. So yeah, should we just do the whole thing again? And you
Yeah,
can kind of just
please.
blag the verses, right? You've got a sense of them probably, even if you're speaking them or just receiving them. It's all welcome. There's some ace stuff coming in the chat, so I'm going to save my chat before I leave this room because I'm going to enjoy looking all of those links that people are sending. So thank you for those. Um, I think it's an apology song, but I also feel like I just had a moment where I was like, we're meant to be friends with trees because they're our friends and we are literally symbiotically linked to them, right? We need them. We need them and we help each other. So I think it's also a song of repair and friendship somehow. So maybe that can be in this time round sing of it as well. But whatever's coming for you is welcome. All right, let's do it again from the toppermost of the poppermost. Um, we call we call we call two. 1, 2, 3. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Your roots go deep. Your roots go deep and down. Can light reach underground? Now you have been decrowned. Your arbor's searing loss. Your arbor's searing loss speaks of a global cost. How did we get this lost? We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. Who do we think we are? Who do we think we are? Did we forget we're made of stars? That nothing here is mine but ours? We grieve the breath you birth, but who are we to deem your worth? You are a universe We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. And as the dancing lights return, nature is unconcerned with the lessons we must learn. We grieve the breath you birthed, but who are we to deem your worth? You are a universe. Last time we call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology. One more time. We call to the spirit of the sycamore tree and kneel in apology.
Let's show our gratitude for Beccy, Owen, and for the beautiful.
I think Shruti is frozen at this moment, so I'm just gonna fill in for a second. Thank you, Beccy. That was incredibly beautiful and unbelievably moving. And I was having a hard time trying to sing three harmonies at the exact same time, plus help out on the tech a little bit. So really, really special. And that tree was an incredibly beautiful piece of. Oh, good. I think we've got Shruti back. Shruti, can I pass it back to you?
Yeah, I think I just got frozen for a minute, which is par for the course. Um, thank you, Beccy, for this beautiful song and for your presence and your spirit. And we hope that we can sing with you um, again whenever you're ready.
Yes, please. That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been such a delight to be here, and thank you for holding space. And feel free, like I say, just share that song across the world as far as we can.
Thank you, thank you. Let's give our thanks and say goodbye to Beccy. Thank you, Beccy. Thank you so much, love, for this song and for who you are. More power and love to you. Thank you, everyone on the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, live stream. Goodbye. Bye, Susan in Tacoma Park. Bye, Athena. Bye, Delhi in Maryland. Bye, Pauline in Newcastle, UK. Bye, Trish in Victoria. Bye, Julie in Ontario. Bye, Kate in Galloway. Bye, Doug. Bye to Sue. Thank you for being here. Bye to Carolyn. Bye to Carolyn in DC and Carolyn in Boise, Idaho. And gang, there's a special surprise tomorrow. If you like special surprises, secret surprises, there might be something special coming up on day 1314 of the Daily Antidote of Songs. So make sure you are up, ready for it. So thank you, Kevin in DC, for being here. Thank you, Clive and Ruth in Birmingham. Thanks, Gary, for being here. Thank you, Fred in Silver Spring, for being here. Thanks, Laris in the UK, for being here. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Beccy. Thanks, Anne in Silver Spring. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Jamie in Victoria. Thank you for being here, and goodbye. Goodbye, Storm in Massachusetts and the Zoomiverse. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Kathy in Denver, for being here. Hoda, thank you for being here in BC. And Kathy and Hoda, thank you for reminding us of the lands that we stand on and their traditional keepers. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Diane in Puerto Rico. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Kat Cox in Vermont. Linda on Orcas Island. Thank you, Cliff in Vermont. Thank you, Linda, Rose, and Sheila in Florida, and LMG in Connecticut, and the Curly Tops in Vermont. Moon in Alexandria. Sandy in Oregon. Thank you, everyone. I am Shruti, and I am in Mumbai. It's 11:07 in the night. Thank you, Joe and Jaden, for making this possible. Thank you to everyone at Carpe Diem Arts and who supports Carpe Diem Arts to make the Daily Antidote of Song possible. And with that, have a lovely day or night wherever you are. And don't forget to hug a tree if you can.
Thank you, Shruti. Before we turn the live stream off, we're gonna do something a little different today, sort of in honor of Becky's beautiful song and where our hearts are right now. We're gonna show an image of the Sycamore Gap tree and just exit as you will. We're not gonna take it down until everyone is gone. So thanks everybody so much. One more hand for Becky. One more hand for amazing Shruti. Thanks so much, Jaden, on the tech. And lots of love to you all. See you all tomorrow. Whoops, didn't work, right? Okay, we're not going to do it, or we're going to wait until the live stream is off to do it because I think the live stream is making it hard. Hey, live streamers, if you want to come in here, join us in the room. Thanks, Jay.